Thursday night baseball set to come your way from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Tonight it's Game 3 of this 4-game set between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Chris Archer gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, he comes into this ball game having already eclipsed the 300 strikeout plateau. He's been absolutely dominant this year. We'll see if he can add to that total here in this one.
Stepping in as the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury, and we are ready for baseball from Tropicana Field.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Swing and a liner, but this is a foul ball.
First pitch, 7-11.
Archer's ready. Here he comes 0-1. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. And Eric, as we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
And they've got the division title in their back pocket already. Now it's just a matter of playing for the seeding and maybe getting a few of your guys a day off or two before the real fun begins.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, what do they have to do to take down a very hot team here on the road?
Well, guys, I think this team just strikes out way too much. They're in the top 1/3 of the league. You've got to stay aggressive at the plate, but you also need to shift their focus to making contact and being more productive in 2-strike counts.
This is popped weakly to the left side. In there, a base hit. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Batting third, the catcher, number 30.
And how he managed with that swing to wind up with a double is beyond me. Hey, that's baseball.
And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. And so pop this one fouled off to the left, and it's strike 1. 1 out and a runner on second base. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Barnett backs up and takes care of it. 2 away. And with that, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, their starter has a ton of strikeouts, among the league leaders. That sometimes leads to some complacency out in the field. They're going to have to stay on their toes, be ready, because they will be involved.
The first baseman, Mark Teixeira, will stand in now as we check out how he did in August versus how he's finishing off the season down the stretch here in September. First offering on its way. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1.
Oh, a very hittable pitch, too. That's a middle-of-the-plate fastball, and he's not going to get away with too many of those tonight.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Well, Matt, there is some feeling that Jansen can struggle occasionally with pitches on the corners. I've seen both.
Oh, and he's into third safely with the stolen base.
Yeah, I think this was going to be a stolen base anyway. But you can see here in show motion, he looks like he's caught off guard behind the plate to begin with. And then he sort of fumbles the exchange from glove to hand. And at that point, just forget about it.
One and two, here it comes. Right 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Yankees. Yankees nothing. Tampa Bay coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Michael Pineda will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, Matty, he's got close to 200 innings this year. He's been very dependable, thrown deep into a lot of ball games. He's looking to do the same in this one.
Matt Joyce comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Rays, left fielder, Matt Joyce.
Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
And you know, the little things have been a recurring theme on these telecasts for years now. But when you're in a losing streak like this, no matter how minor it is, it always seems like the little things are going the other team's way. That has certainly been the case these last few games.
Got him. And with that, a look at the Rays lineup card in this one. Steve, what's the key for the...
A lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Ben Zobrist will dig in now. And as you can see, he's right up there in the American League batting race, currently 2nd entering play.
And he has a top 5 slugging percentage as well, so there's a lot of extra base hits that go along with that stellar average.
First pitch coming, here it is. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. And there is the AL batting race entering play. Now here's a ball popped up. This behind the plate for McCann. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the 2nd out. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, having Brian McCann behind the plate is something every pitching staff would appreciate. Great at pitch framing, blocking skills are as good as any. Saves runs by giving up his body. And he gets his pitchers a lot of strikes by being fluid back there with the glove.
And he lays off there, 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0. You got to figure that man right there would be more than happy to see this guy at the plate taking his swings with 2 out and nobody on all night long.
So would the guy on the mound.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. And Beltran will make the catch, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays. After 1, no score. Rick Estrada will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, yesterday he just didn't look like himself, but he's been good lately. He's had 7 RBIs over his last 10 games.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2. Hit on the ground to third. To his left, Barnett. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Batting sixth, right fielder, Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran will stand in, and he wasn't alone in wearing the collar in last night's ball game, in which the team could muster all of 1 run.
Well, guys, he's really been scuffling lately, hitting under 250 over his last 10 games. So he's going to be looking to turn this thing around sometime soon.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Archer gets the sign. 2-1 on its way. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Well, this is a scroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Standing in now, Vaughn Madison. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. He'll check in with an average still south of 230, 7 homers, and 32 driven in. And that finds the target. 0-2 now.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Will Myers will stand in for the first time, and you can see the average there as he continues to flirt with a 400 season.
We all know what kind of skill he possesses with a bat in his hand.
Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike.
He's probably not going to throw too many first pitch changeups. That's a pretty darn good call.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
Chopped weakly to the left. A quick out number 1.
Wow, showing some sweet athleticism right there, getting off the mound. This is not an easy play, but he gets to it quickly, and then he makes a good, strong throw for the out.
Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1. The average sits at a cool 305 entering play. 5 homers and an even 50 RBIs. Bottom of the second here with no score. Hit sharply on the ground. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now.
Now these infielders have been busy early on, and that's another ground ball out for them. Probably not going to be the last one we see either.
Blake Wiggins will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0.
Sometimes all it takes is just one call to go against you, like that one right there, and then you get yourself out of your own rhythm. You got to be able to put that behind you and move on.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Calling for it, Ellsbury. And the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more on a Thursday night following this. John Grayson will stand in now, still struggling to get anything going offensively.
Well, he's been scuffling through this year, but over the last 10 games he's been good, hitting over 350.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
Real good lateral movement on that two-seam fastball. That pitch is money for him when it's moving like that, so just keep on throwing it.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Slider clocked in the mid-80s there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
Well, this guy's just so nasty when he brings that hard fastball inside. That one's 95, and I mean, all you can think about is protecting your thumbs on a pitch like that.
Stepping in now, Brendan Ryan. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 1 home run, 10 RBIs. And this is lifted high in the air down the right field line. Myers is over, and he puts it away in foul ground for the second out.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Archer looks in. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
He's getting a lot of outs right now because he's attacking the hitters. He's not dancing around the zone.
In there at the knees, 0-2 now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
Maybe a good opportunity here to show him a changeup, give him a different look.
Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Trey Barnett will come forward to begin the inning. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
And they're still searching for a base runner. It's been 6 up, 6 down to start the game.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Bottom three in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. Kevin Kiermaier, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
Still no hits on the ledger, but at least they get themselves a base runner here. And that's a step in the right direction.
Kevin Kiermaier.
Kevin Kiermaier will stand in, and as we give you a look at his splits versus right and left, he's had the better of right-handers, that's for sure. Now time called at the plate as he'll step out and try and start it again. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. And he thought to bunting here with the number 8 hitter up there.
Well, I'm more of a National League guy, so I'd maybe think about it, but in the American League, you just don't see it used all that often.
Pitch out, nothing doing.
No strike.
Nobody out, runner on first. Throw over to the bag, but the runner's back easily.
Keeping him close.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Gardner is there. 1 out.
Well, the only good news that comes out of this at-bat is that he stayed out of the double play. Other than that, this at-bat really didn't achieve a whole lot.
Deoner Navarro will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Now a throw over to first and a dive, but he's back. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. Here's Matt Joyce now. as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes. High strikes, probably not on the docket for places he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. You got to keep the ball down against a team like this. If you go up every once in a while with a fastball, you'll be fine. But you're not going to last too long if you make a habit of working up there with your secondary pitches.
And that is through into center field, a base hit. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Wow, well, there you go. Just more of the same right here. You know, one of the hallmarks of this winning streak is that they've been able to get on the board first quite a bit. And they keep it going here as he drives in the run to make it 1-0.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1.
Pretty cool right there. You know, it's so important in a tough spot to get that first pitch strike over, and he's able to jump ahead.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Gardner on the move, and this will wind up a foul ball. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. Bare-handed for 1. And now this ball's going to wind up out of play. And that'll compound matters even further. To chalk that one up as an E6, and he really can't believe it out there. Into the box, Evan Longoria. He flew out in his last at-bat. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Leaning into the dugout, and he makes the catch. Oh, a great play there to record the final out. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 Yankee error, and a runner left. 3 innings complete. It's the Rays 2 and the Yankees nothing. Brett Gardner is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Archer steps into his windup. First pitch on its way. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Grounded to third. Oh, just a brutal hop, and it goes right by him. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first.
Well, you'll get another look at this. This ball's hit sharply, so it gets on him pretty quickly. He's able to knock it down, but they weren't going to have a play after that. That should go down as an infield single.
Brian McCann is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Short hop, but they got him. Great pick and tag to catch him trying to steal.
Well, he did a good job to get on base with the leadoff single, but then he got a little greedy here on the first pitch, and they throw him out pretty easily at second base.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
Very quickly, 5 pitches and 2 outs here in the 4th. So those are the kind of innings you love to have if you plan on working deep into a ball game.
Stepping in, Mark Teixeira, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Decent numbers, but nothing amazing from the left side of the plate so far this season.
drilled down the line. And this will stay inside the third base bag. A fair ball. Teixeira takes the big turn, heading for second now. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
You can see where the third baseman's set up here to start the play. He's well off the line with the left-handed hitter up there, so he has no shot at knocking this ball down as it heads to the corner for what will turn out to be a stand-up double.
Into the box now, Rick Estrada, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He gets credited with double number 24 on the year. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard back up the middle, and that'll get by into center field for a base hit. Rounding third, Teixeira throws there, and he is out on a beautiful throw as he just came up firing that time.
On the money.
A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. Thursday Night Baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. Will Myers is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour. A ball and a strike. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2. Down the third baseline. Backhanded. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, first baseman, Victor Martinez.
Settling in now, Victor Martinez. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. He pulls this one into right. Beltran is there, 2 down.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but it's one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
Into the box, Blake Wiggins. Lays off 1-0. Swing and a miss. Looked like the slider there. A ball and a strike.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
And here's a slider for a called strike, and he's behind 1-2 now.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
The 1-2 pitch. Lifted in the air out to right. Beltran moves over. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. They're up 2-0. Carlos Beltran heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one.
Well, there's another first pitch strike right there. And, you know, he's gotten ahead of every single batter he's faced so far. And that's a big reason why he's getting these good results.
And here's a swing and a miss as the count goes to 0-2 on Beltran.
And this battery knows full well that this guy's been scuffling lately. So they're not messing around here. They're coming right after him.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit, 1-2.
And this is going back to the pattern he's been using here lately. Set him up inside and then get him out with pitches away.
And Beltran able to lay off that time, and the count moves back to 2-2.
And at least he's taken a few pitches here. You know, that's more than the rest of these guys can say.
Grounded back up the middle. Towards second, Zobrist is there. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. Every time he takes a hill, this ball club has a great chance to walk away with a W. We'll see if he can wrap up another one for him here in this one.
First delivery to him on the way. Vaughn Madison is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball that's 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Good late break to the slider, 87 on the gun there. It's 1-2.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders.
Yeah, Matt, more of the same for him as he's currently leading the American League in that category. He's really been a difference maker on the mound. He attacks the strike zone and is using all of his pitches very effectively. Just one of those guys that's really fun to watch doing his thing.
Here comes the first pitch. John Grayson is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1.
Well on his way to another good inning right here, and you see the pitch count. It's not even close to being a factor just yet.
The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Yeah, one pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. No runs, 4 hits, and 1 error on the Yankee line score so far. Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here, 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They trail it here 2-0. Trey Barnett comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
For the Rays, third baseman, Trey Barnett.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1. Comes back with a good changeup there, and it's quickly 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second at-bat.
swing and a line drive, but this will be a foul ball. Pineda into his motion. 0-2 pitch on its way. And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now.
And this guy's not hitting over 300 by accident. He's got a very good knowledge of the strike zone, and he knows when to lay off.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitching on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. But the throw will beat him at first, so the bunt for hit attempt is snuffed out.
Oh, man, what a terrific play right there. That ball was rolling, and it stayed low, so he had to bend all the way over to make a barehanded grab, then a quick release, a nice throw to first in time to get the runner. You can expect to see that on highlight reels for a couple days at least now.
Here's the catcher, Deoner Navarro. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2.
And now with the 0-2 count, he's got probably 5 different pitches he can throw here. So as a hitter, what are you going to do?
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Rays, as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Brendan Ryan will start things out for the Yankees here in their half of the 6th.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far. All right, folks, montage alert. Here you get a look at his performance so far. 10 strikeouts for him in the ball game as he continues to just plow right through this lineup one after another. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jacoby Ellsbury. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. 0-1 count. Here it comes. Called strike 0-2.
And if he's getting tired, it's not showing in his slider. That pitch is still as tight as it was in the second inning.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Yeah, he got a little revenge there. He struck out twice before that, and now he gets him back with a solid base hit.
Brett Gardner will dig in here. 2 for 2 with a double thus far.
Yeah, and I like the at-bats he's had. Looking very confident and fluid at the plate, Matt.
Archer comes set. Here's the first pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Maybe a spot to pitch out on 0-1.
Well, I think he wants to go, no doubt. Might not be too bad an idea.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
He just might be up there taking pitches, waiting for that base runner to go, but not going to be able to take anymore.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Kiermaier on the run. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
And all through this winning streak of theirs, we've seen some great starting pitching, and this has been another very good performance. Good enough to most likely keep that winning streak going.
Brian McCann will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
A strike away now from getting through 6 shutout innings here, and that's no small feat against this lineup.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. The Yanks leave 1. They're still down. It's 2-0. Matt Joyce gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This is pulled into right. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Just an outstanding play out there by the outfielder, and the guy who appreciates it more than anybody is the pitcher, because if that drops in, you're looking at some trouble.
Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Here's Ben Zobrist now, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced, or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Right side, hit hard. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down.
With this base hit right here, he picks up just their 3rd hit through the first 6 innings. Well, now the trick will be to string a few more of these together.
Evan Longoria will dig in. 0 for 2. He's flied out and popped out so far.
Just getting under it right now. See if he can make an adjustment and keep that top hand strong this time.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Belted. Deep center field. Ellsbury going back. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now.
One of the great things about the play he made right there is it's really difficult to run after a ball that long and not have the ball bounce up and down in the air while you're running. You got to run on your toes. That's what he did. That keeps the ball smooth and makes it easier to catch.
Will Myers will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Fastball called for strike two. Now the 0-2 pitch.
Nope.
And a good two-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swung on in the dirt for the third strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. One left for Tampa, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. We're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. Mark Teixeira will come forward now to begin the 7th inning in what's been a very briskly played ball game here tonight.
And that's what happens when you get two starters that are on top of their game. It's been great pitching, great defense, not a lot of base runners, and a very even game through 6 innings.
And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. He continues to get ahead here. He's been in complete control.
I think you need to guard yourself from being overconfident, though. A bloop and a blast could still turn this game on its ear.
Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. Oh, and 2 count. Here's the pitch. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So a good pitch there to get the out, and with that we'll take a look at the league leaderboard in terms of team ERA.
Yeah, and there you see where they rank in that stat category. And it's always nice to know that whoever steps on the bump for you, you're going to have a chance to win. A lot of teams are envious of that stat, and these pitchers, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished so far.
First pitch on its way. Rick Estrada is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
1 out, nobody on. Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2.
Yeah, ground ball out to start the 7th. Now an 0-2 count. He's looking sharp as ever.
In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Late on the fastball there as this one skied out toward right. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
We get a look there at his pitches by inning. He's at 81 now after that last pitch, so he should be good for a little while longer.
Carlos Beltran will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. Lined back over second, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
Back into the stretch for him again as we take a look at his line so far. It's almost like he's kept that shutout going with smoke and mirrors because he's definitely given up his share of base runners. They just haven't amounted to anything so far.
Vaughn Madison stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. A runner on first with 2 away. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now.
He's closing in on putting up yet another 0.
And he's got another one here. 12 punch-outs now in the ballgame, and that'll end the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. They trail things here 2-0. Victor Martinez will try things again. He's grounded out and lined out in 2 trips.
Yeah, he got solid contact on that line out, but it just didn't work out. In this game, you have to trust your approach. Eventually, it's going to pay off.
Bounced weakly near the plate. McCann scoops it up, and a rather easy first out.
The batter, number 2.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Blake Wiggins will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting the line drive right back up the middle.
Cut fastball in there for a called strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. One and two as the changeup had him out in front there.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And, of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
This is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Standing in now, Trey Barnett, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. And that one cut a little too much. A ball and a strike. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike. Pineda's ready. Here's the 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. Cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game because those could be fatal.
High and deep to right center field. Looking up is Ellsbury. Gone! Solo shot to right center. Number 13 for him on the year as the Rays have opened up a 3-0 lead.
Well, late in your rookie year, things start to slow down for you a little bit out there. You get a bit more comfortable at the plate, and that was the swing of a 7-year vet there. Got every bit of that one.
Here comes Yankee manager Joe Girardi on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. Not an altogether bad performance here, 6 2/3, but he stands to be the loser unless things can turn around. CC Sabathia will get the ball, looking to get the final out now here in this 7th inning.
CC Sabathia.
Kevin Kiermaier will stand in for the 3rd time now, still without a hit, so that streak could be in a bit of jeopardy.
And I think that's in the back of his mind, but it's not something he's really focused on. He just wants to get up there and put a good swing on the ball.
Here's the first pitch to him. Trying to lay one down here, but he misses, strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. Here it comes on 0-2. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Yeah, with the bases empty, that's the right spot for that 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider.
Hit out towards second. To his left, Ryan. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. Rays tack on one more thanks to the solo home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's now 3-0 Tampa. John Grayson will stand in to start out their half of the 8th with that starter still out there, and he's definitely been a tough nut to crack.
No, he's been dominant all game long, and I think part of it is that he got himself a nice lead early on, and that's allowed him to not really worry about making a mistake. He's been free and easy the whole way through.
Sent on the ground out to second. Zobrist is there. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. Shutout intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Brendan Ryan stands in. Was locked up on strike 3 in his last trip.
And he was absolutely frozen with a good fastball, so let's see if he's a little more aggressive on that pitch this time.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And that's dead center for strike 1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Just too many swings and misses on pitches out of the zone. Jeez, swing at strikes.
That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now. And tough fastball to lay off on 1-2, but he did, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now. It's been a low-scoring affair. 3-0 our score as we show you the numbers for our 2 starters to this point in the contest. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight.
And Matt, they'd like nothing more than to ignite a 2-out rally right here. Maybe scratch at least 1 across before the 9th.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Huh. He's feeling it now. I mean, this is turning into a clinic out there.
Ready with the 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, not too sure how you call it a ball either.
1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Grounded down the third baseline. But this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. And another foul ball. Pulled high in the air out to right field. And Myers will make the catch to retire the side. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Deoner Navarro will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips.
Catcher, Deoner Navarro.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Takes this the other way to right. In is Beltran, but this is down for a base hit.
This is what you call an ambush swing right here. You're hitting in the back of the order. You're looking dead red early in the count, kind of just hoping the pitcher might relax and forget about you for a minute. Then you get that fastball middle in, and you jump all over it.
Logan Forsythe will come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Logan Forsythe.
And he takes ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. Hard liner toward short, and that'll get down for a base hit.
And the rich keep getting richer. 2 straight hits to start the inning, and now they can really look to salt this one away.
Ben Zobrist gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Sabathia pauses. First pitch on the way. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. But one or the other is what you really need.
Sharply hit ball back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
Boy, I'll tell you, these are the scary ones for a pitcher. This is going to give you a pretty good angle right here because this ball is hit so hard and it's just about right at him. I mean, there's no time to do anything out there. And he's pretty lucky that one didn't get him because he would have taken his head off.
Evan Longoria will get a shot here in a bases loaded situation, and you'd have to say they've got the right man for the job up here.
Yeah, team leader in RBIs. He's got a shot to push that lead out even further if he could come through here.
And obviously looking for the ground ball here as this misses low. It's 1-0.
Well, you know, 3 straight hits are bad enough, but now he's making things even worse by falling behind the next guy.
Bases loaded here, nobody out. Swing and a liner. Oh, and this is past him down the line. A fair ball. 1 run scores. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. Now a 5-0 lead.
And you know, that one might be the one that breaks the Camel's back right there. A 3-run deficit was going to be tough enough, but now it's up to 5 after that. And it might be about time to wave the white flag out there.
Will Myers will stand in another dangerous spot here in the inning as this ball game is hanging on the precipice of getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think you have to get this guy if you're going to have any chance of sticking around. Even a single here might put this one out of reach.
The fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
A 1-0 delivery. Taken high and deep to right. Back goes Beltran, still ranging back. Gone! So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. Number 21 for him on the season as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Well, there's one thing for certain. He's picking the right time to start getting hot right here. With the postseason right around the corner, they're going to be relying on his offense quite a bit. And hopefully, this is a preview of what everybody's going to see in October.
Victor Martinez will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
And that misses inside. 1-0. That look says it all in the third base dugout.
That's not the look of a guy who's going to be sleeping well tonight, is it?
Fastball in there for a strike. 92 on the radar gun that time.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. Now a fastball awfully close, but he doesn't get the call. It's 2-2 now. Bases are empty here, nobody out. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. And he drops it. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And Sabathia misses here. It runs full now, 3-2. Slapped hard the opposite way. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Boy, he has really taken a pounding out there. That's 6 hits now he's given up in just this inning alone, and it's beyond time for a change. You've got to get him out of there.
Blake Wiggins will stand in, one of the few guys not to join the hit parade so far.
Yeah, guys, he's got to be feeling a little bit like that dog that gets left out in the rain while the rest of the family's inside by the fire. I guess he's just not seeing what everyone else is.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike one. Time to play pitching coach. What's he doing wrong?
It's more of a question of what's he doing right. It ain't much.
Nobody out, runner on first. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Line hard toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
Well, that's a good idea right there. He goes with the pitch. He's not trying to pull it. Shoots this thing the other way. Just happens to be right at the right fielder.
Stepping in now, Trey Barnett standing in from the right side as he takes strike one. Runners on first with one down. And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
Oh, and they pulled a string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. A big uppercut there as he popped this straight up. Madison is there for it, and that ends the inning. But not before 5 crossed the plate, with the big blow being this 3-run home run. Last chance coming up here for the Bombers. It's now an 8-0 ball game. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from inside the Trop as you get a nice look outdoors at some of the activity in nearby Tampa. Logan Forsythe will stay in the ball game now and take over in left field.
Number 11.
Doug Castle will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Castle.
Brett Gardner will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth, as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. A chance here at least for this guy to get some work in what should be a fairly low-stress appearance.
Yeah, but it seems like these outings are where you relax a little bit too much, you give up 3 runs, and then watch your ERA climb by another point. We need to guard against that.
A little bouncer, but that one rolls foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. 2 outs away from a victory here that you'd have to say will be a rather convincing one.
And you know, Matt, in every phase of the game, hitting, pitching, defense, it all favors the home side here. Top to bottom, they've been the better team.
Brian McCann will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
1 out, nobody on. Right side, defense aligned perfectly. Wiggins is up with it on to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2.
I want you to watch this play here at short. Look at how he picks this ball up. He knows he doesn't have a second to lose, so he makes a quick transition into a throwing motion, gets rid of it quickly, and throws this man out at first. That play is well done.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now, as he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike 1.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
And he falls behind 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Boy, I don't know that I'd want to be facing this guy right now. He looks pretty fired up out there.
Yeah, he looks like he could run that fastball through a brick wall.
And now those that have stuck it out tonight come to their feet. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he'll make the catch to end it, and the Rays will add 1 more to their winning streak as this ball game is over.
Boy, another night and another victory. How much longer can they keep it up? I mean, this has been incredible to watch.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, really a dominating performance out there. Look at all the strikeouts. I mean, they just couldn't touch him.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to the Shias in this one, 8-0. Good night from Tampa.
The final line score for our ball game tonight: for the victorious Rays, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Yankees, no runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 4 runners on base. The winning pitcher is Chris Archer, his 29th win of the season. Credit to save to Chris Archer. The loss goes to Michael Pineda, just his first loss of the season. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, a sellout of 45,000. The Rays thank you and hope you'll join us again real soon at Tropicana Field.